We are on a timer. Just so you know, once we pump up, as of this exact moment, everyone can hear everything you say.
So don't say fuck, don't say shit, don't say goddamn.
Exactly what he just did. You can do all of that here, just so you know.
So there's profanity. It's profanity.
There is. Oh, there will be quite a bit of profanity in all of
I don't
this.
want to get in trouble.
Yeah. So those who are. Oh, what's up, Larry Adams? Larry Adams already
I always
on.
want to be compliant, you know.
Yeah.
This is not a compliance type of show here. Audio's good. We're rocking. 208, boys. We're on time. We got a book with us. Calvin's going to teach me how to read.
Really?
Nice.
Me too.
That's where I failed you. I'll tell you, that thing needs a lot more pictures.
You know what's? So we're at Hula Hut last night after Alessi did all our goals, and we're sitting there and talking about what it means to accomplish your goals. Alessi is my 5-year-old, about to be 6-year-old, and he said, "Okay, what do you want to accomplish? What do you want to do?" She said, "I want to learn to read." And I don't know why, but I've thought about that a couple times today and just like started almost crying because it was the sweetest, cutest, most. I just want to learn to read. I thought I was not the same thing as you were when you were 5.
No.
Oh, it was.
I don't even have that wish today.
She told me she wants to be a vet today. She's like, I'd like to be a golfer, but then I can't be a doctor for animals if I'm a golfer. It was like, Jesus, she's 5. She's thinking about what she wants to be and balancing.
She could use that golf to get her through school.
Oh yeah, I haven't told her how much school costs yet. She's gonna be into it in a second.
Looks like Larry's in.
Oh man, we got
Julie's
people in.
Chris Coulter's
Wesley's in from North
Wesley's
Korea.
in.
What?
North Korea.
Yeah, I hear it's beautiful this time
It
of year.
is. The leaves are starting to change.
Yeah, from brown to brown.
On Facebook.
Oh, Facebook.
Yeah.
YouTube is good.
Facebook, industrialcigars.
YouTube is good. I don't know. Really?
I didn't touch it. Oh, you know what I changed? I changed auto start. So whenever I hit start here, it auto starts it.
Okay.
So
Make sure you're going to share this
30 seconds here.
Either way.
with all your friends.
I'm
or both of
excited
them.
for this.
Me too.
This is a true guest that we didn't pull out of the audience. We've been planning it for a couple of weeks. School board member.
Who?
Was that you?
No. Well, no. I'm on the Booster Club.
Even worse.
Yeah. I'm on the
All
Booster
right.
Club.
Oh yeah. All right. We'll save that. Save that. We got 10
It's a
seconds.
disaster. It's a freaking disaster. There we go. Oh, I need to follow. Stupid.
2.
This is coming through our newbies.
This is coming through our newbies. What's up, boys? Let's do it.
All right.
Let's go.
High five.
Come on. Let's go.
High five. High five.
Yeah.
Calvin is one of those.
Yeah.
You got it right away.
Yeah.
Damn.
He gets it.
I can high five pretty quick.
He wasn't throwing. That wasn't his first high five. I'm telling you right now.
That was not even today.
No.
For those of you who are joining us, thank you for tuning in. This is Cigar Talk Live, our Tuesday get-together where we get to spend time with beautiful people on this side of the lens and beautiful people on that side of the lens. So while you're at it, make sure you like, you comment, you share, you subscribe, do all the social things because our asses got canceled last week and we've been put in the doghouse. We'll talk about that.
Yeah.
Tonight we have our first guest. That is a guest, a published guest.
Yeah. Well, we had a published guest last week.
We didn't get to the book.
We didn't get to the book before we got thrown off.
canceled first.
Yeah.
And it is somewhat football centric. I'm excited. It's got a lot of words in it. This is not my genre here.
No, I'm more into pictures.
We got pictures.
Give it to Alessia.
I'll give it to Alessia. She'll learn how to read about Dallas Cowboys at the NFL draft. Look, Calvin, welcome. Thank you for being here. And will you give these guys 90 seconds of who you are, your life story, your biggest fears, your biggest wins, and why they should care?
Well, currently, I cover the Cowboys for the Dallas Morning News. I've covered them for the last, I left and came back, so I'd say 14 years.
Okay.
I covered the Cowboys. My first year was 2006. Then I left because I wanted to get paid, so I went to work for ESPN.
Yeah.
And then ESPN laid me off when the big layoff happened in, I think, 2014.
Sons of bitches.
Yeah, son of bitches. But hey, it's all good. Then I came back for the last 4 years, and I'm from New York originally. I got into cigars socially after I got divorced, so hanging out with guys, and I just got hooked. My grandfather, he wrote a book about tobacco, like back in the 50s, why I love tobacco. And he would always smoke a pipe. And when my grandparents died, I found the book in their house in Orlando when we clean out. You know, your parents die, you got to clean out all this stuff.
Yeah.
And I found this book. It was like, oh my gosh, it was a hardcover book. So I haven't read it yet. I was just flipping through the pages because, you know, I'm like you.
That's how I read.
Looking for pictures.
Except Mark Myers said, but we do read the articles in Playboy, the photo articles.
Yeah, it's all about the articles in that magazine.
What about the Penthouse stories? Did you read Penthouse and believed them?
Yep. Yeah,
I believed them when I was a kid.
I'm sure it's true.
Just so you know, there will be questions coming in, and please ask questions, whether it's cigar related, Cowboys related, his grandfather related, because I'm sure we'll have questions. First question that comes in from Wesley Tackenberg: did you shotgun a beer?
Yes, barely.
Yes, he
Barely.
did.
Yeah, same way.
Character judge.
Yeah.
You guys do cold beer. You can't shotgun cold beer.
I mean,
No, I have to interrupt you guys because we interrupted him. He only had 8 seconds in his 90 seconds of his life. We got to hear about the part how he was a vagabond and got on a train and went across country. And killed a coyote.
That's right. Did you almost have the Twin Towers fall on you?
No, I was living in Dallas when that happened.
We had that guy.
Really?
It's interesting.
Wow.
It's interesting.
Yeah. It's crazy to think, if you think back at this show over the last year, I guess, how many really crazy, interesting stories with people have been in crazy, interesting places.
Now, here's the thing that makes me most nervous is Calvin is in media, so he can really flesh out how full of shit we are right now.
Yeah.
Right? So
He's a pro.
It might be
He knows
reverse. It might be
media.
reverse.
Yeah, it's pro bullshit detector in there. That's what it is.
what's up, Kathleen? Thanks for joining us.
Should we go ahead and hop into some cigars here?
Yeah, let's
We don't need to. I mean, we don't need to talk about. We can light them up.
cheers.
Let's do a little
Yeah, we
cheers.
do.
Start the show.
Cheers, cheers.
Do all the sharing things.
Calvin, thanks for joining.
you
Cheers
for
to you
having
all
me.
as well. Thanks for joining.
I'm gonna like.
Cheers. Ooh, a little rum.
A little rum.
Changing it up a little bit. I like that.
We're out of tequila, so
We are out of tequila. Or
you,
tequila
sir.
we want to drink.
true.
All right. You're firing up Las Calaveras?
Las Calaveras.
Pops?
I've got a Bocock Brothers, Connecticut, Churchill.
Calvin, what you smoking over there?
Your dad, this is Montosoro. Is that how you say it?
Montosa.
Montoro Robusto.
No, that's a Montosa.
Montoso.
Your eyes are starting to get bad. That's a
I
Montosa.
just grabbed the orange wrapper thinking that was a Patoro
This is a
Serie P.
Montoso
Is that the
Robusto.
Yeah.
Cameroon?
No.
You said
That's-
Cameroon.
I don't know if that's Cameroon now. It's not even the same cigar that I thought it was.
You said it was Cameroon, but it looks like Connecticut, no?
I don't even know what that is.
Something. It's a
That's
cigar.
Dominican.
He's got a cigar.
It's Dominican.
All right.
It tastes good.
Good. That's all that matters.
The bullshit
United
detector
Cigars.
just went off because I thought it was a Patoro Series P. Sorry, I blew up. It'll never
I'm
happen
going
again.
German engineered cigars. This is the No Namen. Sans name here. Calvin, why write a book about, we're talking about behind the scenes with the Dallas Cowboys at the NFL draft, on the clock. This is cool as shit. It's on Amazon for those of you who
sir.
are interested. Will you talk to us a little bit about why versus the what?
Well, I've always wanted to write a book ever since I got into journalism a long, long time ago. And Triumph Books, they contacted me like last summer, and they said, we want you to write a book because we're doing a series on every professional team about the 10 best draft stories. So like if you like the Toronto Maple Leafs, or say Detroit Red Wings, or the Boston Bruins, or the New York Knicks, we'll write the 10 best draft stories.
Nice.
So they asked me to write about the Cowboys, and I said, you guys are going to pay me, right? Because it's all about the paper. All about the money, okay? You guys all about the money, we're all about the money.
That's it.
So they said, yeah, we'll pay you, we'll give you an advance. I said, oh, really? I said, I'm down, let's go.
Let's do it.
And then they said, you got to get it, so this was like in July. They said, you got to get it done by February. So I was like, oh.
Get to typing.
Get the typing. So that's how I was able to get it done in time, and it's been a lot of fun. Because basically it's the top 10 draft stories in Cowboys history. Some of the stories you might know, like why didn't they draft Johnny Manziel? There's another chapter in about Ed Too Tall Jones.
Okay.
Why did they draft Ed Too Tall Jones? There's a story about Roger Staubach, why they drafted him and waited 2 years because he can fulfill his military obligations. There's a lot of good stories in there.
Damn. What was your favorite story?
My favorite story was Mel Renfro, because he was supposed to be a first-round pick, and then when I talked to him, he was going through a marital situation. He was in college at Oregon, last year in college, and him and his wife were separated. His wife was pregnant. He was going through all kinds of drama, and then John F. Kennedy gets killed. And so he's in an apartment with his roommates, and he sees the news, and he's telling me this. He goes, he was so flustered and frustrated about what happened. Because that time, everyone loved John F. Kennedy.
Right.
I mean, the country was just going through so much, and then you lose Kennedy. Yep. And then he smashes a medicine cabinet, and he cuts his wrist.
Oh, no.
And so now, it wasn't like they were going to, chop the wrist off. But the Cowboys made it seem like they were going to chop the wrist off.
Oh, shit.
And so they held up the draft for 7 hours.
Just for that?
Because back then you didn't have a time limit like you do now. You could have the first pick and take 8 hours to draft somebody. Right, you know what I'm saying? So the draft, and the draft was during the season and all kinds of stuff. But all he had was a deep cut, had some stitches, and he was fine. But the Cowboys were tricking up the draft saying, oh my gosh, this guy might lose his wrist and all that. So that was one of my favorite stories.
Whoa, that's a good one. Yeah.
He went on to have a great career.
Oh, yeah, he did. And he's one of the good guys. He wrote his own book a couple of years ago explaining that, but I love talking to him. And he was really honest about himself. That's the thing, when you talk to people and they tell you their stories and they're vulnerable and they just give it to you. That's what you got to use.
Demery, you should listen in. You guys, you can learn from some shit in this. We're talking some old school Cowboy shit here.
Cowboy stuff.
Hey, man, I know about the Cowboys.
I like this. It's pretty good. I like this. Thank you.
Look at this.
I wasn't even born.
He wrote a book on him.
My man.
All of a sudden, friends. Oh. All right. So, aside from the Cowboys themselves, what is your favorite NFL-based, maybe human story, a comeback story, or maybe like murder your wife story, or like what kind of stories do you like out of the NFL?
Have you heard of this guy? His name was Terrell Owens.
T.O.
Yeah. So T.O.'s on the team, and there's all these rumors about T.O. is jealous of Tony Romo and Jason Witten, right? Ed Warder, who works for ESPN, did this story on TV. So Friday, we trying to find T.O. to get his comments about it. So we grabbed T.O. and someone said, are you jealous of Witten and Romo? Because there's this report that he was jealous that Witten was drawing up plays with Romo. T.O. was egotistical, Like after T.O.'s first game with the Cowboys, he gets 5 catches or whatever it is. I go to the locker room. This is how egotistical he was. He was like, I said, hey, you had a good game. He goes, man, I was open 3 times. I didn't get the ball. I was like, okay. So anyway, there's this rumor about he's being jealous of Romo and Witten. So someone goes, are you jealous of Witten and Romo? He goes, I ain't jealous of nobody. I'm handsome as a motherfucker. I'm handsome as hell. And we go, I guess I can use that in the paper, But so T.O. was like that kind of guy. He was honest. He didn't care what you thought of him. He told it like he saw it.
Good. As it should be.
As it should be. Yeah.
Great story.
Man, Pops, what's your favorite NFL story? You know what? Let's back it up.
Besides OJ,
that's a good one.
Yeah.
There's no other player I think of when I see a vehicle driving that I think of that NFL player. Is there anyone else?
Yeah. God.
Maybe Lawrence Phillips for running people down with his car.
Ran a lot of people over and wore the tires off his car and stuff. Yeah, that.
What is your favorite NFL experience? Maybe viewing it, maybe seeing it live.
I think the one that just kind of blew me away it was my first NFL game. It was a preseason game in Chicago. It was seeing the Chicago fans. First of all, it's Sunday morning, right? It's freezing ass cold, and as you walk across this bridge to get to Soldier Field, there's these the big green garbage dumpsters. And you couldn't get one more bottle of empty whiskey in one of those things. Wow. It was like a Jenga. It was this mountain. So you knew everybody was trash. But we go to the game, and it was the first year of the Panthers.
You took me to this game.
Yeah, that's right.
Okay, so I'll piggyback off of this in a second.
That was preseason, right? Everybody's drunk. And I'm watching this team that is brand new, and it's preseason. So they haven't even played a regular season game yet. And Chicago fans are fighting with the Panther fans. And I'm like, they haven't been around long enough to piss anybody off yet. No. But yet the Chicago fans are beating up these Panther fans in the crowd during a preseason game when they're all drunk as hell.
Do you remember
the guy coming up the stairs?
No, I don't remember the guy coming up the stairs. But if I could take the ball and run with it for a second, I learned a new word because when we were there, we're sitting in the stands, Calvin, and they had the airplanes that had the pull along
banners.
Banners.
Yep.
Do you remember the word that I learned? Because I was old enough to read, but I wasn't old enough to understand. And it said, the Panthers are pussies. And I remember asking my dad what the word pussies meant.
What?
Yes, I was probably
Again, these guys
7.
haven't pissed anybody off yet, and they're
Driving
flying
over
out over the
Soldier.
airplane. But there was a guy. We were sitting up. We were sitting up rather high in the stands, right? Sitting on the edge, and this guy is walking up the stairs, hammered. I mean, hammered. And this guy behind us goes, $50 he doesn't make it. So everybody is now cheering this guy on. He gets about all the way up. He's oblivious to this.
Oh, my
Looks
God.
around. This isn't my section. Starts walking down the stairs, and everybody's cheering that he falls. I mean, it was just, to me was just, that spelled
Yeah, I
out.
can see
Adrian,
that.
do you have NFL experience?
Nothing short of last week, sitting here with Jay Scott, pro NFL player, and he's telling us a story, and the names escape me because I don't know, but he was telling us a story about when he was coming up. Was it in college that
Yeah.
the other guy, opposing team, spits in his face
A&M guy, yeah.
from A&M?